Good evening. My name is Father Rayappa. I'm going to read from Laudato Si, Pope Francis's encyclical on ecology and environment, Chapter 4, Integral Ecology, Subheading Justice Between the Generations. I'm going to read paragraph number 159. The notion of the common good also extends to future generations. The global economic crises have made painfully obvious the detrimental effects of disregarding our common destiny, which cannot exclude those who come after us. We can no longer speak of sustainable development apart from intergenerational solidarity. Once we start to think about the kind of world we are leaving to future generations, we look at things differently. We realize that the world is a gift which we have freely received and must share with others. Since the world has been given to us, we can no longer view reality in a purely utilitarian way, in which efficiency and productivity are entirely geared to our individual benefit. Intergenerational solidarity is not optional, but rather a basic question of justice. Since the world we have received also belongs to those who will follow us, the Portuguese bishops have called upon us to acknowledge this obligation of justice. The environment is part of a logic of receptivity. It is on loan to each generation, which must then hand it on to the next. An integral ecology is marked by this broader vision. Yes, it's a brilliant paragraph. So, future generations. What is the definition of sustainable development? That is the word we very often hear in the newspapers, we read, and also we hear on the televisions, on the media. Sustainable development system. What is a sustainable development mean? Sustainable development means our usage of natural resources should not impede the usage of the future generations. In other words, we can use the natural resources for our sustenance. At the same time, we have to leave natural resources for the use of the next generations of our children. So that is what Pope is trying to tell. It's called intergenerational solidarity, he calls it. So it's also a social justice, he calls it. Yes, there are generations of people who are going to come after us. Human life is not going to end with our generation. Maybe we are talking about another 2 million years. And what are we leaving behind for them? Already 80% of the resources are plundered. Planet Earth is exhausted of resources. And how come next 2 million years our future generations can survive on them? With 20% resources? No. Look at the oceans. We have depleted almost 82% of the fish stocks. Only 18% remain. In the land, so much coal and oil, other minerals are all exploited, and only 20% remain. Forest, we have cut down all the trees. Water is polluted. Air, full of greenhouse gases. Global warming and climate change, loss of biodiversity, issue of water. All the issues. I think the future doesn't good that good. So Pope Francis is worried about that. So he's appealing to the world community, to individual and to the collective, to look deep inside your heart and find out probably your own values. And we need to talk much about social justice today. We talk about economy. We talk about markets. We talk about cell phones. We never talk about justice and intergenerational justice, distributive justice. We don't talk about them. So So that is what Pope is trying to tell. And we need to talk, we need to dialogue, and we need to stop plundering the earth because we have taken already too much. And let us keep the rest of the resources for the future generations. So that is what Pope is worried about, and he is sending a very strong message to the world community to keep distributive justice and intergenerational justice, intergenerational solidarity. So please read 159th paragraph. Thank you and God bless.